The Kansas City Chiefs faced off against the Arizona Cardinals in their 2025 NFL preseason opener on August 9, 2025, at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. In a tightly contested game, the Cardinals emerged victorious with a 20-17 scoreline, showcasing resilience and capitalizing on turnovers despite an early deficit. Patrick Mahomes made a brief but impactful appearance, throwing a touchdown on his only pass, while Kyler Murray and backup Jacoby Brissett led Arizona's comeback. Key plays revolved around early turnovers, long touchdown passes, and crucial field goals in the second half. The game highlighted preseason experimentation, with both teams testing depth players and new additions. Standout moments included a fumbled kickoff return leading to an immediate Chiefs score and Brissett's 2 touchdown throws that flipped the momentum. This matchup provided insights into roster battles and potential regular season strategies, with Arizona's revamped defense and Kansas City's offensive line under scrutiny. Overall, the game underscored the unpredictability of preseason football, setting the stage for both teams' upcoming campaigns. Game overview and early dominance. The preseason clash kicked off with high expectations, as the defending AFC champion Chiefs aimed to build momentum, while the Cardinals sought to demonstrate progress under head coach Jonathan Gannon. Played before a crowd of over 63,000, the game started explosively. Kansas City received an early gift when Arizona's Greg Dortch fumbled the opening kickoff return, recovered by the Chiefs' Chris Rowland-Wallace at the Cardinals' 26-yard line. This set up a short field, and on the second play, Mahomes connected with wide receiver Jason Brownlee for a 1-yard touchdown pass, putting Kansas City ahead 7-0 just 48 seconds in. Mahomes, playing only one series, exited after this efficient drive, completing his sole attempt. Arizona's response was hampered by turnovers. Kyler Murray, in his first preseason action since 2021, led an 8-play, 47-yard drive but threw an interception on a deep pass intended for Marvin Harrison Jr., picked off by Chiefs safety Brian Cook. This halted any early momentum for the Cardinals. However, Arizona's defense stiffened, forcing a Chiefs punt after an 8-play, 30-yard drive. Murray then orchestrated a 10-play, 67-yard march, culminating in a 33-yard field goal by Chad Ryland, narrowing the gap to 7-3 with 5:34 left in the first quarter. The Chiefs quickly extended their lead. Backup quarterback Gardner Minshew entered and directed a 9-play, 52-yard drive, capping it with a 2-yard touchdown run, making it 14-3. This early dominance showcased Kansas City's depth at quarterback and their ability to capitalize on opponents' mistakes, a hallmark of Andy Reid's teams. Momentum shift. Cardinals comeback in the first half. As the game progressed into the late first and second quarters, Arizona flipped the script through opportunistic plays and explosive offenses. Following the Chiefs' second touchdown, the Cardinals punted after a 3-and-out, but Kansas City's ensuing drive ended in disaster when Minshew threw an interception, returned 23 yards by Arizona's starling Thomas V. This turnover sparked the Cardinals' rally. Jacoby Brissett, relieving Murray, wasted no time. On a 5-play, 57-yard drive, he unleashed a 43-yard touchdown bomb to running back Emari Demercado, cutting the deficit to 14-10 with 2:33 remaining in the first quarter. The play highlighted Brissett's arm strength and Demercado's speed, exploiting a coverage lapse in the Chiefs' secondary. Kansas City punted again after a 3-play negative yardage series, giving Arizona prime field position. Brissett led a 9-play, 79-yard drive, mixing runs and short passes, and finished with a 1-yard touchdown toss to tight end Xavier Weaver, giving the Cardinals their first lead at 17-14 with 2:11 before halftime. This sequence of scores in quick succession demonstrated Arizona's offensive versatility and ability to adjust mid-game. By halftime, the Cardinals had outgained the Chiefs 224-164 in total yards, with Brissett completing 5 of 8 passes for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second-half defensive stalemate and field goals. The second half shifted to a more defensive affair, with both teams relying on backups and focusing on evaluation rather than high-scoring fireworks. Kansas City started strong, intercepting Brissett on Arizona's first possession after the break, a 3-play, 19-yard drive ending in a pick by cornerback Nazeeh Johnson. This led to a short Chiefs drive, 6 plays for 11 yards, resulting in a 58-yard field goal by Harrison Butker, tying the game at 17-17 early in the third quarter. Arizona responded with a punt after a 3-and-out, but the Chiefs' next possession stalled with another interception by Minshew, this time to Cardinals safety Joey Blount. Capitalizing on the turnover, Arizona mounted an 8-play, 48-yard drive, featuring strong runs by James Conner, who finished with 50 yards on 10 carries, and a key 20-yard reception by Michael Wilson. The drive ended with a 50-yard field goal by Ryland, reclaiming the lead at 20-17 with 3:47 left in the third. The remainder of the game saw a series of punts. Kansas City punted after 6 plays and 10 yards, Arizona after 9 plays and 50 yards, and the Chiefs again after 11 plays and 20 yards. Arizona sealed the win by running out the clock on a 5-play, 10-yard drive. This half emphasized defensive adjustments, with Arizona recording 4 tackles for loss and Kansas City forcing 2 interceptions. Standout performances and player evaluations. Individual brilliance shone through in this preseason tilt. For the Chiefs, Mahomes' perfect 1-for-1, 1-yard touchdown pass set a tone of efficiency, while Minshew added 10 completions for 85 yards, a rushing touchdown, but 2 interceptions that proved costly. Running back Isaiah Pacheco led the ground game with 45 yards on 8 carries, averaging 5.6 yards per attempt. Defensively, the Chiefs forced 3 fumbles, recovering 1, and 2 interceptions, with edge rusher George Karlaftis notching a sack. On the Cardinals side, Murray impressed in limited action, going 7-for-8 for 96 yards despite 1 interception. Brissett stole the show with his 2 touchdowns, bolstering his case as a reliable backup. Demercado contributed 60 all-purpose yards, including the long touchdown catch. The defense, bolstered by off-season additions like Josh Sweat and Calais Campbell, limited Kansas City to 92 rushing yards and forced 2 turnovers. Rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. had a quiet debut with 1 catch for 15 yards, but showed promise in routes. Injuries marred the game, including Chiefs safety Deion Bush's Achilles issue and cornerback Jalen Watson entering concussion protocol, highlighting the risks of preseason play. Strategic insights and preseason implications. This game offered valuable lessons for both franchises. The Chiefs' early success stemmed from capitalizing on turnovers, but penalties, 8 for 65 yards, and interceptions revealed areas for improvement in their backup quarterback play and secondary depth. Andy Reid's decision to limit starters' snaps preserved health but exposed roster fringes to scrutiny, particularly the offensive line, which allowed 1 sack but struggled in run blocking at times. For Arizona, the comeback win validated their aggressive off-season moves, with the defense generating pressure, 1 sack, 3 QB hits, and the offense averaging 9.0 yards per pass attempt. However, early turnovers on special teams and